Here's my audience. When I was in Los Angeles a couple of years ago, my mom and I decided to go shopping. While we were walking around shopping, we needed to cross the road. We happened to notice the road we were on wasn't not very busy, so we decided we would go ahead and cross it. We just so happened to cross the road where there wasn't a crosswalk, and once we got to the other side, a lady stopped us and said that we needed to be careful crossing the road like that. My mom asked why, and the lady said that the Los Angeles police were very strict about jaywalking and would not hesitate to give us a ticket. We told the lady thank you for letting us know and continued on our day without jaywalking again. Now, I know everyone has jaywalked at some point in their life before. Obviously, with any law one breaks, there is a consequence if you get caught. If you get caught jaywalking in larger cities like LA, you will most likely get a citation. A jaywalking citation includes a fine similar to a parking ticket. In smaller cities like Abilene, jaywalking is not really an enforced law. All around the states, Black residents are 5 times more likely to receive a jaywalking citation than their non-Black neighbors. Sadly, this is the cause of racial profiling, and this statistic needs to be put to an end. A high-ranking Abilene police officer said he cannot remember a time a jaywalking citation was issued. Now, why should we have a law here in Abilene if the police aren't even going to enforce it? There hasn't been any problems with jaywalking here, so there's virtually no point in having this law anymore. If we were to get rid of this law, we would all be able to walk across the road wherever we please without having to worry about getting a ticket. So, in other words, you wouldn't have to walk all the way down the street just to cross the crosswalk. You also wouldn't have to worry about getting a citation for simply just using your feet or logically looking to see that there's no traffic. Getting a citation for crossing the road at the wrong spot is pointless. If one can make it across the road without interrupting the flow of traffic, then there is no problem. Lastly, we could get rid of the statistic that we mentioned earlier. Now, let's just imagine being able to walk across the road wherever you want, using good judgment, of course. You wouldn't run into any legal problems and end up with a citation. You also would be able to freely cross the road wherever you would like to. And people of color will not have to worry about the opportunity of being mistreated because of their skin color. Now, let's talk about the possible advantages there are if we were to get rid of this law. If crossing the road somewhere other than a crosswalk, you must be careful. You must make sure that when you do cross the road, that you're not going to cause some kind of car accident. Also, making sure that you're not going to interrupt the flow of traffic. All of the things that I've mentioned are easily avoidable as long as you are paying attention as a pedestrian. Now, let's keep in mind that getting rid of this law would solve many things. We could easily avoid getting unnecessary expensive tickets. We could cross the road wherever we would like to and whenever we safely need to, and could avoid unnecessary acts of racism that come along with jaywalking.